Honestly, I just obviously just deleted the one part of the thing and not all of it, and then I realised it's like only me. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Lainey. This is Big Girls Really Do Cry, and welcome to the Banish bin. And tonight's lovely guest is Jack Parish.
Woo!
Hello. Jack has his own channel. It's kind of just it's lifestyle, isn't it? Lifestyle, hauls, that kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's absolutely lovely. He's a lovely lad. So I've put the link in the bottom description. If you're not subscribed to Jack, please go and subscribe to him because, yeah, he's a lovely lad. And he's, one of them young'uns who knows all the stuff. Like
Well, you might not be saying I'm lovely by the time this is over. We'll see what happens.
I'm sure I still will. I'm sure. Unless you put me in the Banish bin, then I might have to say
Yeah, you're in my celebrities category.
So, celebrities. Oh my god. Okay, let's see who's here, shall we? We'll give the chat a shout. So, hi Sean. Sean said, we have Jack tonight. Oh, Jack is lovely, he says, which is true. Hi Sharon. Hi Laura. Hi Jilly. Hi Kath. Hi Dodo. Hi Lex. I'm busy eating me dinner. No worries. Hi Nia. Hi the record rack. Hi Gemma. Hi Chris. Oh, I just jumped somewhere. Right, I think I'm at the bottom anyway. If anyone else comes in, that's fine. You didn't even get as much notice as usual either. I didn't give you your categories, and I realised, and I was like, oh my god, I haven't given, because obviously the weekend was pretty busy.
Yeah, I actually owe you an apology for that. It was my mate's 21st on Saturday, so I couldn't make it because I was out, or I would have joined.
No problem.
But yeah, I have shared the link with some of my friends from home, so if any of them are watching, feel free to get in the side chat.
Jack's friends are watching, come say hello. We don't bite. Hi Kate. Hi Susan. She says hello all chatters and Lainey and Jack. we come after. Ashley Wynn, is that one of your friends?
Yeah, that's Ashley. Hi Ashley.
I was going to say I didn't recognise the name. Hi Ashley and welcome. Right. So we'll get started, shall we?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll give a quick explanation, not that any of my explanations actually work, but still. If you haven't seen this before, this is the Banish bin. Basically, I have given Jack 8 categories, and in those categories, he has to pick 3 things that he dislikes within that category, and then basically say why he dislikes them. And then if it's not something that bothers me, I won't save anything, and all of them will go into the chat and they'll decide which actual thing gets banished. If there's things in there that I really love or may love, hopefully there's not a few in the same category, because that makes it really hard. Now if you get like 2 things that you say, I'm like, no, but I love both of them. But yeah, it'll be all good fun, and we'll get started.
Okay.
So the first category was things people wear.
So the first one, and I do believe this has come up before, is sliders in public.
Sliders.
Now, I don't mind wearing them to the shop or just putting the bins out or whatever, like if you're a few minutes from home, but people that wear them as like a fashion statement out in town, or even if they're going to the airport, just people walk around in sliders, and they often wear them with socks as well as a fashion statement. I just don't like it. I just don't think it looks very nice.
So sliders just be the ones with the thick band across, right?
Yeah.
Right. Because like flip-flops, I have issues with.
Right.
Maybe not so much on the sliders, but yeah. I think if people are going on holiday, then I can understand them wearing them. Like, yeah, I'm going to get there and blah blah, that kind of thing. Maybe.
I don't
But
think them once they're on holiday, once they're in resort or whatever, that's fine. You're on holiday
yes,
then. But
wait till
I,
you get there.
yeah, yeah,
But I think if you've got to wear socks with them,
mm,
then you're defeating the purpose, really, aren't you?
yeah, exactly. Why not a
Essentially.
trainer? Put a trainer on.
Yeah. He does. He does, Stephen. He thinks Jason wears a flip flop. He does, but I'll have to sort that out. Um, Kate's asking what to slide it. So it's like the a flat sandal, but just with the thick bar across. So you basically just slide your foot in, essentially.
It's a flip flop, but a thick piece rather than a toe
Yeah,
piece.
not the toe. That bit's not included. That's weird, but still. All right. So your second thing.
My second thing is 3/4 length tracksuit bottoms because I just don't know why they were invented. I have absolutely no concept of why that would ever need to be in the fashion world.
To air your ankles.
Maybe, but you can get like nice trousers and I would even go as far as to maybe allow a 3/4, like short camo thing. Not a fan, but 3/4 tracksuit bottoms. I just find them the most. I just hate them. I can't. Looking at them, they just look so. I don't know what it is. Everyone makes a joke. It's like what your dad would have worn back in the 80s or something is what people say. I can imagine them with a slider actually out in public, but
Yeah.
I don't. There's just something about them. I really can't stand the look of them.
So it's only like the trackies that you don't like. It's only like tracksuit.
Yeah, like if you're wearing culottes or like a ankle grazer or whatever, like jean or trouser, nice. But tracky bottoms, 3/4, I just don't understand the point of it. I just think it looks horrible.
I mean, how did the chapstick tuck their socks in then? Isn't that a thing, though?
They'd have to wear really, really high ones that
Yeah, I
came
mean,
right
you
to
look
the
like
knees
knee
so that they
length,
could get them
knee
underneath.
length, knee length socks. All right. And your last thing?
My last thing is toe rings. I'm not sure if this has come up before, but why on earth would you want a ring on you? No, no offense if anyone wears one, but why on earth would you want a ring on your toe? I don't get it. Feet are disgusting at the best of times. Why would
Totally.
you want anyone looking at your toes with a little ring flopping around? I just, yeah, I don't understand it at all.
Slider socks and a 3/4 tracky bottoms. Nice look. I think not, Sharon.
With a toe ring as well.
Toe rings, yeah. Um, right. I don't have any issues with sliders really. Like I think it has to be warm enough to wear them. If you're putting socks on with them and then going out and it's not warm enough for them without socks, then I kind of don't see the point.
Yeah.
I agree in the sense of like there shouldn't, it depends where you're going. If you're nipping the shops, if you're just
Well, that's
local.
I don't like 2 minutes down the road to the corner shop, fine. But if you're going all the way into town in them, like I like to look nice when I'm out. I don't understand why anyone would think, oh, I'm just gonna go round in sliders. I get it on holiday, like round the pool or on the beach. Like that to me,
Mm,
it's a beach shoe, it's a holiday shoe. But walking through town, I just don't get why you'd want
mm.
to wear that.
Yeah, I don't have I really don't have issue with them like in that sense. So I think I'm probably going to save them just because I I think they're easy to wear. It's not. I understand if like you were going somewhere, if you were going on a date or like a job interview or whatever, and you turned up in them, then I'd be like, hmm. Like, and also if it's peeing down the rain and you just put socks on with them, or it's cold and you just put socks on with them, I think that's weird. But just as they are, I have no
Yeah.
issue with them. So for that
Okay.
reason, I'm going to save them. The 3/4 length trackies, I agree with you. I don't get it. Um, it's like I can understand like you know, some of the trousers, like, is it the kind of look like a long short type of thing? They're fine. But when it's a tracksuit bottom, it's weird. It's like,
it really is. Why does it stop there?
Yeah, it's either a short for like in the tracking material, or it's tracksuit bottoms. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird. Toe rings, totally agree with you. Anything touching your feet and toes and there, horrible. And why would you want to decorate them?
I don't know.
Like, feet are horrible. So, like, why would you decorate them?
Sharon's asking if men wear them. I've never seen a man wear a toe ring, if I'm honest. I've only ever seen women wear them. I don't know. But I see Lex's feet have come up into the chat yet again.
Lex's feet always come up in the chat. It's one of them things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as I said, I'm going to save the sliders. So people of the chat, if you want to banish 3/4 length trackies, then put tracky. And if you want to banish toe rings, put toe. It's the easiest thing to type.
See what comes through.
Lex's feet are becoming webbed. I thought you said she was a mermaid, so it's like a whole bottom half in it.
Is that now that she's signed up to the bar?
It's £5 for a picture of my feet, by the way.
Is that one of her listings on eBay?
Right, where are we? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Toe rings. Just toe rings are banished.
I'm happy with that. I am happy with that.
Yep. I see your sliders, Stephen. You're fine. If anyone wants to pay me £5 for pictures of Lex's hoops, please pay me. I have loads.
Susan, I think that's called extortion.
Hi, Junie and Joan. All right, moving on to the second option, the second category, which was places.
Yeah, I really struggled. I really struggled.
Yeah, it is a kind of hard one because I was trying to, like, you know, it could just be a shop brand. It could be like a medical place.
Well, that's the thing, because I don't mind hospitals. I don't mind the dentist. There's nowhere that I really like. Oh, I don't want to have to go there. Obviously, no one wants to go to hospital, but I'm not scared of it. The first one that I put was tacky tourist gift shops.
Right.
So, you know, if you're out, well, for example, I was in the Peak District last week, and we went to this little town called Castleton, and there was this gift shop, and they had some of them signs in that they do, you know, like where you get your live, laugh, love signs and things like that. And there was just some really ridiculous signs, like, you can never do too much chatting, and like, sexy women have messy kitchens, and it's just all things like that that just make you cringe when you read them. But it's terrible, really, really terrible. And
I was just going to say, I think some gift shops are nice, but when they're just like, I went on holiday and I bought you this ashtray and then it's a picture of wherever you, or like I went to Madrid and I bought you this ashtray, or
exactly.
That's crap. But I think some of them can have some really nice things.
That's why it's specifically tacky ones, because there are some nice ones. Like, you get yourself in a National Trust gift shop, they sell lovely stuff, but it's more so the ones that you just walk into, and they've got them. There's that brand of bath bombs. I don't know what it's called, but they have them in all the gift shops, and you can fill a box of them, and they come pre-wrapped in plastic. I don't know if you know the ones that I mean. They seem to have them everywhere. And but yeah, just stuff like that. I can't stand them, because I just think, yes, support the high street, absolutely. But to me, that's just such a pointless shop, and people are just wasting the money on that. Like that. That's capitalism gone like mad. That's unnecessary capitalism.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. We were
All
just
right,
stood in the shop absolutely wetting ourselves at the time.
at the side. I suppose if it made you laugh at something, I suppose if you didn't buy now, then it doesn't really help.
That's true. That is
You
true. It gave us a
know?
laugh. So the second one is
Yeah.
indoor shopping centres.
Indoor shopping centres.
So, like, I guess up near you is like the metro or like a
Yeah.
traffic centre or places like that. I can't stand them. I worked in one for like 3 years myself, and it was terrible because I just
Hmm.
find it such a draining place. I don't know why. I quite enjoy shopping, but if I go to an indoor shopping centre, I just feel drained really quickly, and like I just want to sit down and really lethargic. There's something about it. I think
Yeah.
it's because it's like there's no barely any natural daylight. It's usually quite stuffy and bright artificial light, and it just has this effect on me that I just want to get out of there as soon as possible.
Hmm. Obviously, I haven't been at the Metro Centre for years, but like, and you just so easily get lost because it's huge. And
Mm.
it was so big. It used to have an indoor fairground, um, like, but God, years ago anyway. Um, we've got like a smallish one called the Bridges.
Yeah,
Um, but they don't particularly bother me essentially, but it's always like it tends to be the bigger brands and like the more expensive, like the more like so like ours has got like Boots. I mean, not that the bigger brands, but like like the more high street,
yeah.
you know,
The
Boots is in
corporate
there,
ones
and
that have
yeah,
like shops
yeah, the
everywhere.
ones who have like hundreds of shops everywhere, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Whereas like you all the streets on the outside are usually independent, like
yeah,
outside
definitely,
of that type of
definitely.
thing. But yeah, yeah. All right, and your third one?
The third one, specifically, I love charity shops, but the smelly ones can go. There are some charity shops out there. There's some in my local town. In fact, there's one that I actually used to volunteer in. And I love going to charity shops. I started sort of reselling more now. But some of them you just go in and there's just a smell that hits you. And if you buy anything from there, it smells like it too. And it's not a pleasant experience. And I just don't think they should be allowed to operate like that.
Hmm. By smelly ones. I'm guessing you mean like sort of like the independents and stuff, because there would most likely be an independent rather than like a. But I always found that those were the cheaper ones,
To be
usually.
fair, the one that I volunteered in is a national charity shop. I think it depends
Hmm.
on the manager and how they run it. And I don't actually know what causes the smell, but when you walk in and there's just an aroma and it's not nice
So
to
it's not
stand
like
on.
you know cupboardy, as somebody says.
Oh, when Carla calls something cupboardy.
Yeah,
No,
like
no, because cupboardy's a bit stale, a bit stagnant. That's not
yeah,
bad. It's more when it just there's an aroma. I don't know if it's necessarily, it might be the people that work there. I don't know whether it is or not, but just there's certain charity shops that I've been in that have smells that are just unpleasant. I don't mind a bit of stagnant.
mhm. Yeah. Okay. So looking through these, none of them really shout out to us to save. Really, I think they've all got a reason or a need in some ways. Like the
Yeah,
tatty gift shop, like you said, you did have a laugh and whatever, and other people you know, like that's all to buy them for a laugh, that kind of thing. But then usually it's bought for a laugh and then it gets stuck in a cupboard somewhere,
yeah,
becomes cupboardy.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Um, Indoor shopping malls, I think some of them are just sort of so big that like it's kind of a bit like what's the word? Um, Overwhelming is the word
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of. I was going to say overbearing, but that's not what I meant.
that's the smell in the charity shops.
Yeah. Apparently, urine mixed with BO. It is.
I would. you know, it doesn't. It smells like it quite could be sometimes.
Mm. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Antoinette. Okay, so I'm not going to save any of them, so I'm going to let the chat decide. Do you want to banish tacky tourist gift shops? If so, then type tacky. If you want to banish huge indoor shopping malls, centres, whatever you want to call them, put indoor. And if you want to banish smelly charity shops, type smelly. So it's tacky, indoor, or smelly.
They all sound brilliant.
It's easier just to shorten them out.
Definitely.
I think a lot of people don't seem to like the big.
Really, I'm glad I'm not the only one because it's horrible.
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
I don't think there's any point in counting the others though.
No. So indoor shopping centres it is.
I'll take that. I will take that. To be honest, that's the thing because it's like it's difficult because charity shops still have such a big purpose. Like they're doing good things, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe it's just if some of the charity shops like steam things and spray them and all that. Some of them possibly don't.
I think that might be the case. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, moving on to category 3. You have things people say.
Okay. The first one is one that my mum says, and it annoys the hell out of me.
Sorry, Jack's mom.
We're all different, right? So she'll say, I'll say something, and then she'll either agree with me or disagree with me. And it can be on points that matter, like politics, like big things. And instead of having a debate with me, in order to shut me up, she'll just go, oh, well, we're all different, aren't we? And I'm always the person wanting a debate. And she's always there going, we're all different.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, yeah, nice one, Wendy, but like there is actually something important that I'm trying to discuss with you here, and you're just shutting me down.
Well, I think if you've got to the point where do you discuss it at all or not even?
Yeah, no, we do. It's just more when she can't be asked, but.
Well, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's just the point of like if you're going to have a different point of view, it's a case of just, you know what I mean? Because I actually use the term, well, we'll just have to agree to disagree. You know what I mean? And I use that because I know there's if you've talked through something and you've talked through it again and either one still doesn't get, you know what I mean? I think
I get it at that point. Yeah,
yeah,
I get it at that point. It's when I like just straight away at the start of it, without even giving me a reason why she's going to disagree with me. She go, "Oh, well, we're all different, so just leave it." Bye. That'll be it.
Maybe she knows that she'll disagree with you on that point anyway.
Quite possibly.
All right, so that's the first one.
The second one is in typing format when people abbreviate words that don't need to be abbreviated, mainly because it's still the same amount of letters anyway. The only example I could actually think of is because I'm at uni in Liverpool, so a lot of Scousers will say me rather than my, and in person makes complete sense because that's how they talk and it's nice.
Yeah.
But when you're typing something, I don't understand why you would type like me mum or me dad rather than my mum or my dad. I don't understand it. What's the point? You just type the word because you're not saving yourself any time there.
I say me mum or me dad, but I wouldn't type it that way.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So I get that. I get people saying it, but it's typing it. There are definitely other examples out there, but I was struggling to think of what they were. But it's mainly with the Scousers that I'm friends with when they get typing. But I'm like,
all the Scousers.
Yeah. Love Scousers, by the way. Nothing against the Scousers, do love them, but if you're gonna type, you know.
A lot of people, I mean, some people type, I like really as they speak it. So that,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah, yeah,
mean?
yeah. And it's funny when it comes to like memes and things like that that you see online, and they quite often add a lot to it. And it's culture. I know it's cultural, but in a conversation, and also if you just type in send me a quick message, I don't think there's any need for it in that instance.
Yeah.
So if Ashley's got a point.
That's the word we use. I don't use it. It depends. If I was typing to my friend who was also a Macam or whatever, I'd probably
Yeah,
type canny.
yeah,
But if it's official or whatever, I wouldn't, because it's,
yeah,
you know what I mean. It's
yeah.
like, but
Oh,
yeah.
shut up, Lex.
Well, we're all different.
That's going
But
to come back to haunt me, isn't it? Whenever I say anything online, that's going to be
oh
in the
yeah,
comments
yeah.
now, isn't
Of course, it's like, be prepared for the inboxes and such likes. Um. So is it typing as you speak? That is it
I
only for
guess
that?
so. It's just more, I don't mind abbreviations. It's just more in terms of if it's not saving you any like characters, like if it's the same amount of effort to type it, then I
Hmm.
don't see the point in it. That's more the point rather than just abbreviating in general as you would say
Yeah,
it in person. But then I guess that's why they do it, isn't it? It's because that's how they talk. So it
that's
just,
how they talk.
but
But I can understand it if it's like official or something.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. And the third one is one word, and it's the word use, which YOUS or YOUSE. So instead of saying you lot
Yeah.
or you guys, use, it really bothers me, and I can't explain why. But the whole time I've been in Liverpool, and people have said, "Oh, are you coming to the pub or are you coming for a pint?" Like I can't. No, I was like, "Do you mean you lot?" I have to correct people on it. I can't. I don't know what it is, but it really gets me inside.
Ashley disagrees. Yeah, I think I've been guilty of use before quite a lot, probably over time. Um, hmm. I don't know what I'm going to save here because there's a little bit of elements of all of them
Yeah,
that I would save. Um, typing as you talk. I think we'll all do it. I get if it's an official thing. If it's an official thing, or if it's, and I understand if it's not saving you any characters, but if that's how you see it and it's not official, then I don't have issue with it really.
hmm,
Um, I think I've been guilty of saying news. Yeah, quite a lot probably. Um, and we're all different. I think I have to stick up for Wendy, to be fair.
oh God.
Um, so partly because, right, I think it's either one, she doesn't want to tell you off, like, so she'll do that before she gets to the point where she has to, like, tell you off, kind of thing. Or she's just really nice and she doesn't really like to debate, which obviously, you know. And the thing is, we are all different.
I know we are, lady. I know we bloody are, but at the same
Yeah.
time, trying to say that the Tories are okay, we're all different. I just don't think that's an appropriate opinion. We're all different. Okay, but you're wrong.
Um, yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna save Wendy's. Not all the Wendy's, but just we're all different. Okay.
That's quite bold.
Uh, big hello from a new subscriber of Jax. Hi, Mo. Thank you.
Hello. Oh no, my mum does like swearing at me. She doesn't mind that at all. She's not bothered by that.
All right. So, people of the chat, do you want to banish people who say use, right, use, or people who talk as the typing how the talk? Then did I even say it? Then put type because I didn't even say it.
No, you didn't. But you have
No.
now.
No, you didn't go too far. He knows you're
No.
messing.
No, it takes a lot more than that to offend me, I promise you.
Yeah. Aye. Unless you're not messing, then yeah.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Right, let's have a look. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. Yeah, it's definitely use, gets it.
Happy with that. I cannot wait to tell all my course mates.
Use can't, are you going to say that? Use can't say that anymore.
You can't say it because it's been banned. It's been banned.
Yeah. Can't choose.
Darren.
I type like I talk, and I does, and I use. You sounded like you were a farmer. I types like I talks, I does. Don't know why farmers sound like that, because basically there's farmers all over the country, and I'm sure they don't all talk the same. Okay, moving on, Lainey. Moving on. Next category is food. So
Again, I struggled.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm really not a fussy eater. The only thing with me is that, and this is my first one, I am not the best with spice. I don't mind some spice. I think it adds a lot to dishes, but my actual thing, what I'm actually trying to put in the banishment is overly spiced food. So it's food where there isn't actually a flavour to it anymore because your tongue's getting burnt off and your mouth's getting burnt off. So all that nice seasoning and herbs that they've put into it has gone to waste because they've chucked a whole load of chili powder in or whatever, and it ruins a dish, and then I can't eat it because it's too spicy anyway. So it's not just spicy food in general; it's overly spiced food is what I'm trying to put in the Banish bin.
All right. So overspiced food, and then your second choice.
Tinned meals, like you see like tinned curry or like tinned braised beef and things like that. And it's from one specific thing that my mum did to me when we were younger. And she went, "Oh, back when me and your dad were first married, we used to love chili con carne." So she went to the shop and she got 4 tins of that. I think it's Stag brand chili con carne.
Yeah.
And it came out of the tin into the pan in one can-sized lump and just plopped straight in. And ever since then, I've never ever been able to look at a tinned meal in the same like I understand. I do understand that they're quite often a very affordable meal for people that don't have a lot of money, and that point of view I completely understand. But I
Yeah.
think if you're fortunate enough to have enough money not to buy that, I have no idea why you would. It's beyond me. It's beyond me. Same goes for spam and everything like that. I don't get it. We're not in the wartime anymore, so it went 20 years ago.
There is one tin food that I actually like. Tesco do a veg curry in a tin, and it's
Okay.
really nice. Sorry. But I wouldn't choose like other. There's a lot of foods I wouldn't choose.
Mhm.
I mean, do you count beans as well, like tinned beans and
No, it's more
spaghetti?
when it's a meal. I
Like,
mean, I actually do hate baked beans. I don't know why I didn't put them
oh
in,
my
to be
God,
fair.
like Sharon?
I
Christ, there's nothing else.
absolutely cannot stand them. They're vile. Like if ever there's a full English breakfast, I'm always no beans and no fried. Why didn't I put fried? Oh, this is so. I'm annoyed at myself now. No beans and no fried tomatoes because I can't stand a hot tomato.
Oh, I
If
don't
it's
like
like a tomato
that.
sauce, we're fine. But just a big massive hot tomato. Anyway, yeah. I don't mind tin food in general. Like if it's a tinned pea or tinned fruit's not so bad. But tinned meals, I just don't think there's any need for.
I think, well, I think there is because not everyone can,
Well,
cook.
that side of it, yeah.
One,
But
and not everyone is able to cook, so there's that side of it. So there is a need,
well, yeah,
and
yeah.
it
I get okay. There's some
keeps
people that
well.
physically are able to cook, but I think if you have the physical ability to, everyone can cook because everyone can follow a recipe.
Yeah, I don't know though. Like my son made spaghetti bolognese once, and he didn't really drain the spaghetti properly. It was like, yeah.
Tinned burgers in gravy.
Oh, I
I've
remember
never
them.
ever heard of that in my life.
Restless. I remember them from when I was younger.
I've seen the Rustlers burgers that come in like a plastic packaging that you
No,
get in like a meal section.
I think the brand's West, like
Uh,
Westlers or Westlers or something like that.
okay.
Yeah, meatballs. The meatballs you used to get. Were they by Free Bentos or something? I don't know. But
Oh, probably. Yeah, it's in a pie in a tin. Who who needs a pie in a tin?
oh, Free Bentos' pies are lovely. Free Bentos.
Oh no, no, no. I think it's the thought as well as food being up against that like metal surface, and it's something about it that really, and also just the imagery of that chili con carne plopping out of the tin into the pan
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
splash back.
When you order a takeaway and they come in a metal like
Yeah,
sort of foil, is that
yeah.
not the same thing then? Are they
No, because that's
so,
freshly prepared and it's been in that tin for like half an hour while it's being delivered to you. I don't mind that.
oh, so it's the length of time it's in the tin.
Yeah, I think it is. It's like how many additives are in that to keep it from going off and to keep it, safe. What ingredients are actually in it? Because they could be putting anything in that and you wouldn't have a clue because it's all just mixed together in a tin. It's just, yeah, no, it just makes me feel very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.
You wait until the zombie apocalypse, you'll be hoarding those tins.
I think I'd just get killed by a zombie, to be honest. I think I'd just take it because we're
Oh
all
no,
going to die at
I'd
some
rather.
point anyway in the
Can you
apocalypse.
just kill us because I didn't want to eat that for a bent
Yeah,
pie?
yeah. Probably going to die anyway. It's zombie apocalypse. Why do you want to live through that anyway? Nothing good's going to come from it.
Hmm. All right. So your last choice in food.
The last one's quite specific in a realm. It is vegetarian pork substitutes. So, Quorn do vegetarian ham. You get vegetarian bacon. So it's all like the processed, reconstituted stuff that's supposed to look like pork, but it's not. It's vegetarian or vegan. Because quite frankly, there's not a single product of that any of the brands, any of the lines that I've tried. Corn like the corn pieces that look like chicken, that I quite like them, quite enjoy them. The meatballs are nice, the mince is nice, but any sort of pork related stuff, I've never enjoyed it. I'm not vegetarian, but I have quite a lot of friends who are. And so when they've been like, "Oh yes, we'll do a veggie breakfast," and like, "You'll love it. It tastes just the same," and I eat it, and it is
Hmm.
vile. If anyone's ever seen the Tesco owned brand bacon rashers, they are fluorescent. They are honestly fluorescent. It is so off-putting, and they
I've
taste
seen some
vile.
like bacon rashers somewhere that were I don't know the brand of them and I can't remember, but they
Mm.
reminded us of like toy bacon. You get on
Yeah,
a like
yeah.
that's what they look like. It actually
It looks
looked
like
like
it could be
toy.
a pink piece of felt or something like that from like a
Yeah,
kid's
like
craftsman
it
thing.
didn't look right. But yeah, I mean they do like some of the vegetarian substitutes, and I've had them. I've had um the corn mince, and I don't think you could really massively tell.
Yeah.
I've had the chicken as well, like when my daughter was doing it, but yeah.
Oh, Ashley, I'm glad you agree with me on that. I was worried that you wouldn't do.
Yeah,
That's good.
it did look like it was like when you get like the kids play set and there's like fake bacon.
Yeah,
That's what it looked like.
yeah. Don't bother, Susan. You'll hate it. Absolutely hate it.
All
So
right.
yeah, those are the three.
So overspiced foods. Well, I don't like spice anyway, so there's a no-brainer for me. Like, you know, and
Yeah.
like I've been the lot in my point of view. So, well, I'm probably not the lot really. There's probably spice in some of the things I eat, and I didn't
Oh,
realize. But
that
like,
tinned vegetable curry lady. There must
yeah,
be some
yeah,
sort of spice in that.
it's probably got stuff in it that but it tastes all right. So, yeah. Um, Tinned foods. I'm gonna have to save because I do like my veg curry one, and then you mentioned Frey Bentos pies, and I love Frey Bentos pies. Like, oh, honestly though, when it rises, and then you get the hard outer crust bit, right, and then inside there's this like soft bit that's just it's like heaven, heaven. That bit.
Well, as long as you can appreciate why I'm scarred from the chili con carne.
Yeah, it did kind of, I mean, I've never had chili or mint or anything like that out of a tin.
Yeah.
Like, and I can imagine it just going like, but yeah, I have to save the tin stuff. I have to. Um, so that means vegetarian pork substitute is also going in, or child play bacon thing, whatever it is. Anyway, people of the chat, do you want to banish overspiced food? Type over, or do you want to banish pork substitute, vegetarian pork substitute? Type pork. Can it
You
speak?
see Ian's comment.
Yeah, we know that, Ian. Is that one of the neighbours that had a barbecue on their balcony?
I'm going to put my blinds down because I'm getting blinded.
No, brother.
There we go. Tin spicy pork. Yeah, Alex, that can definitely go in the bin.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's the pork substitutes that's getting banished.
Lovely. Thank you very much for that.
No more fake bacon for you.
Excellent.
All right. Nike it. So next category is celebrities.
Yeah, celebrities. I don't know if any of these have been said or not. The first one, I don't know if this will be controversial, is Philip Schofield.
Philip Schofield.
Um,
He told me he's been said once, but maybe
okay.
maybe maybe not sure.
So Philip Schofield, firstly, I've heard is an absolute nightmare to work with. I think there's been quite a few stories that have come out about him that said he's an absolute piece of poo to work with and just horrible. Um, and I don't want this to come across in the wrong way because I think it's brilliant that he had the confidence to come out when
Yeah.
he's got such a big presence.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the way that he went about it with a whole show dedicated to um, just making it a massive deal. I personally don't like that. Because I'm gay myself, and I think you're making it a big. I know it's a big deal in terms of there's still homophobic people out there, so you're showing them that it's not okay to be homophobic.
Mm.
But I think it should just be such a more natural process. If you shouldn't have to explain yourself
No,
and
you shouldn't.
go through um, having a big breakdown, and I'd had a lot more respect for him if he'd come out and just been like, yeah, I'm gay, get over it, move on, like that's that.
Mm.
Everyone can be, it's okay, rather than that's the other thing. In that sense, I'm not going to have a go in for attention seeking for that at all, never. But in other senses, just in his career in general, I think as a presenter he plays up and he attention seeks a lot, and I don't like that either. And he said some nasty things as well in the past. But yeah,
Mm.
I don't want to get it taken the wrong way, because I think it's great that such a big celebrity was able to come out to the public. I just don't like the way that it went about it when it was making it very. It was just too much. It was too much.
Mm.
And I think in a sense,
But do
it's
you
making it
think?
seem like people that aren't out, like you've got to come out and make a big show of
Mm.
it.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be like that. I agree with you in total. Like, I think it should be just a case of, he's my boyfriend, he's my girlfriend, whatever. It doesn't matter. No
Exactly.
matter what sex you are, whatever. Like, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't have to be a thing. But it's kind of like in a thing. The thing is if he had just done that, it would have been all over the papers. People would have been making assumptions, blah, blah, blah. So maybe he did it in a way that he had the control of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If he wasn't in the limelight, if he wasn't married, if I don't know. Not saying I'm, a big fan of his or anything. But yeah, it wasn't just him. And I think he needed to see it. There was a lot of things in that, with regards to his family and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I don't know the man, to be fair. I liked him when he, back in the day, he was like a children's presenter when I was younger, type of thing. But I don't know. It's one of them things. I understand where you're coming from, though, because it feels like it made it look like a big, like it made it seem like a big thing.
Yeah.
Like, when really it should just be a normal thing, but it should just be a normal thing for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. There's no deal to it.
No one should have to go, "Mum, I'm gay," or whatever. It should just be, "Mum, I've got a boyfriend, girlfriend," or whatever. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't really matter.
Yeah.
But anyway, your next one.
Jane McDonald, who I just think is like, she gives me a bloody good laugh. Like, but aside from that, just she's one of those pointless celebrities to me.
Yeah.
One of those really pointless, and how she's managed to wang so many series of singing on cruise ships, I have no idea. It's beyond me. How does she actually make ITV any money? I like, because I can't, surely the figure ratings can't be any good on that.
I don't know. Like, I remember right at the beginning, and she didn't bother us at the beginning. But
Yeah.
then you didn't, you thought, at the time you thought, oh well, you'll have your 5 minutes of fame, like a little bit of money, maybe buy a business or something, and there you go, and that'll
Yeah,
be it.
exactly.
But
But she's still around, and I don't
yeah.
know how.
Or is it that it's just the same cruise over and over again, and we're just
knowing her probably. Have you seen Victoria Wood's performance of Jane McDonald?
no.
Honestly, it's
Or,
about there's like 3 parts of it on YouTube, and I think it's about half an hour long in total. It's Victoria Wood pretending to be Jane McDonald, and it is brilliant. It is the
yeah.
funniest thing. It's so funny. But yeah, no, she's a half decent singer. But some of the stuff she's done, like there's a hilarious video of Jane McDonald singing in the Grand Canyon. And it's just like, well, why? There's just so it's so funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
I don't know. It's a bit. She looked like she just, stepped out of Butlins, sorry,
Yeah,
Buntons,
yeah,
Butlins for like, she was that kind of personality, but
yeah.
then she just kind of went over and over and on and on. So needed. All right, last one.
Chrissy Rock, the lady that was in Benidorm back in the day in the early series, because she's just an absolute piece of scum, and I know that she is.
Try to remember which
She's
one that
the
is.
Scouse one, because Denise Welch
Oh,
was in it as well, but
yeah.
she's the Scouse one, is Chrissy Rock.
Didn't she have like? Was she in Shameless?
I haven't seen it.
No, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong person. I don't think I massively know who she is.
No,
Um, something with short hair and little and big boobs is in my head.
kind of. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's kind of what's in my head, and I don't know why or where
If you
I've
don't
seen
know who she
it.
is, Google her, because if you've ever seen Benidorm, you know exactly who she is. She's
I've
like,
never
I'm
watched
pretty
any
sure
of
she
them.
was the receptionist when it first started in
Oh.
Benidorm.
Oh, she was in Shameless, yes, and I do know who she is. Then she had stomach surgery. Was she his wife or his bit on the side in Shameless? I can't remember.
Don't know, but she doesn't play a character too dissimilar to herself, then if that's the
Mm.
case. Um, I basically, I've spoken about my friend Jordan before. He was in the
Uh-huh.
vlog where he got stuck in the ditch.
Yeah.
She married his cousin's stepdad, something like that, and married him for his money and took him for every single penny he had, and then just left him.
Right.
She's quite well known in Liverpool. I don't think there's many people in Liverpool that actually like her. She's not a nice person at all. And how she starts a career is beyond me because she's doing comedy gigs at the moment, as far as I'm aware.
Mm.
But she's just really not a nice person.
Yeah.
So that was it. I couldn't really think of any.
Well,
That was.
that's
I really
great.
struggled to be honest, Lainey. With a lot of these, there wasn't anything that I particularly massively hated, but she just came to mind because I knew
Well,
that
I
she
don't
was.
think it's about massively hating anything. It's just about things that get on your nerves a bit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I might have been confusing her with Tina Malone. Yeah, that makes more sense. Her name rings more of a bell to me,
I don't
Joe.
think she was related to Chris Rock's
Um,
someday.
all right, so I'm not going to save any of these. I'm not really bothered by any, to be fair.
Mhm.
So I will let the chat decide. Do you want to banish Philip Schofield? Type Philip. If you want to banish Jane McDonald, type Jane. And if you want to banish Chrissy Rock, type Chrissy. There you go. Easy done. We'll see what they decide. Is she the Rock sister anthem?
Quite possibly.
Right. Right. 1, 2. 4 for Phil.
Chris Rock.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's a tie. Oh no, it's not. It's not. It's Jane McDonald.
Hey, get in
Jane
the bed.
McDonald is vanished. So well done.
Sorry, Lex. Watch some Benidorm. You probably too. I think Lex would probably think she was above Benidorm, but it is some of the early seasons are funny. But it doesn't have the filming standards that Lex adheres to.
I don't know. I don't know if she's tried it or not. Watched it or not. I haven't seen it.
You know,
Nah, I know family members who've watched it, but I haven't seen it. It's just one of them things that just gets added to a list that I just never, that becomes never ending.
it was one of those shows that when I was younger, it was on a Saturday night, and we'd get a takeaway and watch it as a family. I think that's why I've seen it, because it was when I
Yeah.
was a lot younger. I think if it probably came about now, it's not something that I'd choose to watch as an adult. Chrissy Rock Celeb MasterChef. I did not know that.
Did you?
I couldn't imagine that.
Wow, you were quick, Kate. Wait, is Tesco's over the road? You got Tesco's over the road, like Lexa got a Texaco garage. I can't speak. All right, moving on. So the next category is things people do.
Things people do. The first one is not sticking to a speed on a motorway. So you get on the motorway, some people, the speed limit is 70, or some people like to go faster or whatever. So you get on the
Mm-hmm.
motorway, you're doing 70, and you're just going along. Obviously, you overtake as and when you need to, and then get back into the slower lane again. But there'll always be that one person that is going slower than you. So you overtake them, you get back in front of them, you move back in onto the inside lane in front of them. And then I don't know if it's that they don't like that you've overtaken them, or if they're just not keeping an eye on the speed. And then they'll come past you and come in front of you again, but then they'll slow down again. So you have to overtake them again. And it's like
Yeah,
that the whole way. And I find it really infuriating, because I think most modern cars these days have like cruise control or speed limiters, and even if you don't have that, like that, if you do have that, you've got no excuse whatsoever. But even if you don't, you should still try and stick to the same speed and not just go slower and faster, because it just winds everyone else up, I think. And then part of that as well is also people. Middle lane wankers in general are bad enough, but it's the middle lane wankers that'll stay in the middle lane and they'll just follow the speed of the car in front of them, and then
yeah.
that car will move away, and then they'll get up to the next car and follow whatever speed they're doing. So they're just speeding up and slowing down the whole time, and I don't understand it. But yeah,
Neither do I, Jack. But I
no.
don't understand driving.
I don't know if you forget that with different wheelchairs on the pavement.
Don't try and explain driving problems to Lainey. Yeah, kind of like I don't think I get wheelchair issues like that. However, they just all take over us because all the old ladies. That's the only bit I have. I get a bit
Yeah,
road rage on that.
yeah.
I'm like, you're 95. What you doing overtaking us? Like, get back. It's not
Get back in.
good. Get back. It's like in a hurry to get their blue rinse or something, and like I'm just waiting. It's not fair. So yeah, they're not sticking to the speed thing. It's just yeah,
Second one.
yeah,
The second one is people who spit in public.
bit dim.
Now, it's just the most vile thing ever, and I cannot understand why anyone does it. The only thing I've ever been able to think of is people who are out on out on a run in the countryside, and if like it's holding you back or whatever,
Yeah,
it's still gross, but I kind of you've got a reason why you might need to do that. Well, you're just walking through town, and then you suddenly have to jump out the way because the person in front of you just sat on the floor and you don't want to walk in it.
yeah,
I do not understand it. And if I'm being honest, it's something that I've really noticed in Liverpool. Back in York, yeah, the occasional person, but in Liverpool, everyone seems to do it. It seems like a accepted thing here, and I don't understand, because it's just vile. It's absolutely vile. Like if you've got phlegm in your throat or something, just find the nearest toilet, or even if you have like a tissue or something, if it's really
yeah.
that bad, you can get a tissue and put it in the bin. It's still disgusting. I don't really think you need to, but it's vile. It's absolutely vile.
Right. And your last subject. Last
Um, People that don't change their bedding frequently enough. I can't do it. I just can't. If you go around to your mate's house and you get like if you're on, like you go to the room or whatever because they're in a student house, or if they're still living at home and you can't be downstairs or whatever, and it's just not fresh. I can't do it. If my As soon as my bedding stops smelling like laundry detergent, I have to change it. I'm a once a week
right.
person by rule.
Mm.
And once people that do once every 2 weeks, I can kind of because I know it's a mission. I get it's a mission. Once every 2 weeks, I could push it if I really needed to. But any more than that, I think no, because you spend so much time in there, and like if you've not had a shower that night, if you're a morning
Mhm.
shower, so you're actually getting into bed dirty. Well, not dirty, but not fully cleaned. It's just I can't. No, no, can't do it. Can't do it.
Stephen, I get all my new bedding from Smelly Charity Shop.
So you don't have to wash it because it just always smells anyway.
Yeah. Right, going through these. The whole speeding, slowing down, speeding thing on the motorway, I don't understand. And I don't drive, so essentially it'll never bother me because I don't drive. So I'm just going to leave that in there. Spitting, totally agree with you. I don't like it, especially when you hear someone go like that.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be like,
No,
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 and it's just disgusting. And you're like, have a tissue or something, or at least, you know,
exactly. If you're a person that
put on
spits,
a
you're
grass
going to
or
spit.
something.
Carry
Like,
tissues.
yeah, carry tissues, exactly. Exactly. People who don't change their bedding often enough. I think obviously you've got to do it. Like we all sweat, we all, you know what I mean. That those things happen, especially at this time of year when the humidity is like
Exactly.
very high. Um. So yeah, all of them can go in for me. I let the people decide what they want. So I don't change my bedding. I just buy a whole new, brand new set.
Well, Lex, you're single-handedly contributing quite a lot to the climate crisis.
Right. So, people of the chat, do you want to banish whatever it was on the motorway?
Not sticking to a speed on the motorway.
Not sticking to a speed on the motorway. Type speed. Probably not the right word to put, but still. Anyway, spitting. If you want to banish spitting, type spitting. And the last one is people who don't change their bedding often enough, type bedding. So it's speed, spitting, or bedding. There you
I
go.
think I can see where this is going to go.
Yeah, I think it's the spitting. Already. I spent most of my younger life living in hotels, and I still can't believe no one comes and changes my bedding for me. Bless you. Yeah, it's pretty much spitting all around, isn't it?
Looks like
Okay.
it.
Yeah, definitely. So spitting in the Banish bin. All right. So your next category is film.
So the first film is a film called Legion. Um, if I'm being honest, it was that bad that I actually can't remember really what happens in it. I remember watching it last year, and I just remember this one distinct scene where there's an old lady in a restaurant,
Mhm.
and there's a woman there, the waitress. She's pregnant, and the old woman asks if the waitress's I'm sorry if this is a spoiler, by the way. Actually, maybe it's a spoiler. It's just the scene that happens with the old lady in the restaurant, and she turns into something and she ends up like climbing on the ceiling, and it's just filmed really badly. And the plot was, I just remember the plot being rubbish. It was just a really terrible film. But we just laughed at it. We watched it with my housemates last
So
year.
is this meant to be a horror?
Yeah, I think it probably was, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was funny. Stall, yes, yes, yes. Well, I think it was a steak. I think it was a steak she was eating, but it was
Deep in
still
the
not bad.
tin.
It was just such a terrible film that I just remember it was called Legion, and I blocked the rest of it out. But just that scene, if you put into YouTube like Legion, old lady spider or something like that, and watch that scene, you'll just wet yourself because it's so funny.
I'll
It's
probably,
brilliant.
I'll probably be scared because I don't do scary films.
Okay. But it was just a really bad film. Terrible film.
Okay, and your next one?
Next one, I haven't actually seen, but it's still going. When I was 10, my nan for Christmas thought it was appropriate to buy me Watership Down on DVD. And opened it in front of my mum, and she took it off me and never let me watch it. Well, not that she never let me watch it, she was like, "You're not watching this now. When you get older, if you decide you want to watch it, you can do."
Yeah.
Um, and it stayed in the DVD rack until a couple of years ago when we had the front room done and we got rid of the DVD rack and it went to the charity shop, still in its packaging because we never watched it. I know what it's about, and I just think, what? How is that? A children's film? Like
Mm.
that is just a horrible, horrible film. And I know there's a moral to it, but just no, horrible, sad, depressing. Don't want to watch it. I don't think I ever will.
Yeah. Okay. And your last one?
Last one. If Ashley's still here, she will agree with me on this because we went to the cinema together to see it. It's a film called Sunshine Upon Leaf, and it's a musical film that was basically set up in Edinburgh, in Leith in Edinburgh, and it was about this family and stuff happens, and oh, it was the cringe. It was just a one big ball of cringe. The music was rubbish. The acting was rubbish. And even as like 12-year-olds, we were sat in the cinema just going, "What the hell is this?" And
Mm.
then just laughed at it. Just laughed at it because it was so bad. So bad.
I wonder
But
if
yeah.
I can't remember if I've seen that. Anyway, let's go through these. So Legion, just by the little bit that you described, I won't watch it because it sounds a bit horrorish, and I don't do horror of any kind. So obviously not for me. So there's no reason for it to save it. Watership Down. Right, I get the whole thing about little kids not watching it. I think it is traumatizing, but I also think it's a great film. Like that that truly shows. So you know what I mean? Like it's a hard one because I understand. Like I wouldn't have shown my kids it when they were young and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think some people just view it as like, well, the realities of life kind of
I
thing.
know. I'm too much of an animal, although I can't. I just
But
can't.
yeah. But again, like I said, it is a brilliant film, but I don't think it should be given to sort of kids. Um, Sunshine, Sunshine on Leith. Have I seen this? I remember some sort of musical film that had loads of different songs in, but I'm not really sure.
I'd say watch it, but you'd be wasting your time because it's rubbish. So
Yeah, not really sure if it's what I'm thinking of.
yeah.
Um,
Thank you, Susan. Thank you. It is, isn't it? It's
however,
terrible.
however, just for the fact that Watership Down is a great film, I am going to save it.
Okay.
And I do think that people who have children should not allow them to view it until they are older.
Yeah.
So that for that reason, but I do think it's something people should see. I know, Sylvia, a musical film with some sort of song in it. It's what happens in these things. Anyway, so people in the chat, do you want to banish Legion, type Legion, or if you want to banish Sunshine on Leith, type Sunshine? Susan's just been and watched the Legion granny scene. What a load of crap.
Yeah, that's what I was on about earlier. I'm grateful that she said that because it is terrible. I
Yeah.
don't think you'd find it scary, Lainey. I think you'd laugh at it. I don't think it is scary. I really don't. Because she
Yeah.
doesn't like transform into anything. She still looks like a human. It's just her eyes go a bit funny. That's all it is.
All right.
It's not, and it's not really gory, really. Kind of.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Right, looks like it's Legion by, oh no, 2. It was 1, but now it's 2. So Legion it is. Banished forever.
Ashley will be annoyed about that because she'll want to see Sunshine Upon Leith burn, but I'll take Legion. I'll happily take Legion.
Sorry, Ashley, you'll have to come on and put it back in there. Right. So the last category is random mix.
Yeah. The first one is children. More specifically than just children. Screaming children, loud children, rude children. There is nothing that if I go to a restaurant and I'm sat on a table next to a family and they have kids that they can't control, I really struggle to eat my meal. It really puts me off.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you're in one of those horrible indoor shopping centres that we banned, there's quite often a lot of screaming children there, running around, getting in your way, shouting at their siblings, being absolute little brats, wanting this, that, and the other. And I can't stand it. And I want to put that in the bin because
Right.
no, it really I can't do it. I can't.
Okay. The next one.
The next one is car salesman. Again, I'm sure this is one that you really can vibe with on this lady. I'm sure you can. But basically, I just don't like car salesmen. Very smarmy.
Yeah.
Will say anything to try and get you to buy it. I have to make really awkward conversations, and they try showing off as well. I just no, like take your shiny suit and go home. I'm
like,
here. I just want to buy the car.
This is the sun visor, and it turns down and goes up.
Exactly. And then also, well, the reason it bothers me so much is my car broke in January, so I had to go buy a new car. And the guy, they make it seem like they're good people. They make it seem like they're doing you a really big favor because I part exchanged my old car in, and he was like, "Oh, so like, how much would you want for it?" And I gave him a figure, and he was like, "Oh, well, let me go speak to the manager." And he's like, "Oh, the manager says this," and he was like, "But what would you take?" So I said, "Oh, that's like, do you know what? I'm going to do you a massive favor. I'm going to give you that much money for it." And I was like, no, you're not doing me a favor. You could definitely have given me what I wanted for it in the first place, but you're just not because, just really, really, really hate them. I just don't, I've never met a nice one. Never met a nice one.
Yeah. Right. And your last thing in random mix?
The UK government, just in general, can go in the bin.
All of them?
Yeah. So the way things are going at the moment, to me, it seems like the UK is just becoming so ridiculously right wing. Even the Labour Party, like Keir Starmer, I can't stand it. I really would. If there was an election right now, I'd have to vote Green, even though at the end of the day, they are still quite corrupt in themselves. At least in general, they're promoting good stuff. Because I couldn't vote Labour because they're too right wing. They're not. Labour are not true Labour. They're an embarrassment. Obviously, would never vote Tory. No offence if you vote Tory because I can't understand it. I really can't understand. I can't understand it. And so, the whole UK government in general, because there's not a single party that I think, yes, you're a good party and I would like to vote for you because I think you would do a good job. And then also on top of that, COVID in general, the whole way that's been handled, and that is specifically the Tories, obviously, but it's just been fuck up after fuck up, and generally would just like to put them all in the bin and start from scratch is what I would like to do if I could.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So, right. Children, I have
Kids and have you seen what Julie's put? Kids and Tories are the same thing.
My only thing with the children thing is, yes, there's parenting that obviously, some parents don't care. They think that they've gone to the restaurant for them just to run around and they don't care. there's that, right? But there's also kids that have issues, that have like autism or other issues that may be
Yeah.
causing those things. I think maybe that there should be some sort of like, I don't know, places. I don't know if it's like a separate place that you can go where, like, you know, if you didn't want kids there, type of thing. Like, I don't know. It's one of them things, isn't it? Like,
Obviously, like if a
but
child
yeah,
clearly has a
when it's
disability or
happening,
whatever, I'm not
and
going
it's
to try
not,
and put them in the bin.
yeah.
That would
No
be
matter any of us, like
monstrous.
when if you've gone out there and you've gone for a meal and you've gone there for a quiet whatever, and then you just stuck with someone screaming kids or whatever. I get that no matter what it is that they're screaming for, whether it is because they've got issues or it is just because the
Yeah.
parents are ignoring them or whatever it is,
Yeah.
it is annoying. It's no word of a lie, and it doesn't matter which one of us out there would say it. It is. It's like you've gone out for some peace and enjoy a night. If you're just left with screaming all the time, it's hard. Um, Obviously, sometimes there's reasons why for that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I would never, ever. Obviously, if a child has autism or some form of disability, I obviously have a lot of understanding that I would never
Yeah,
dream
yeah,
of. No, but it's more the kids that are poorly behaved and the parents aren't controlling them
yeah.
and they're just running riot. And I guess maybe put the
Well, if
parents in the bin instead.
personally, if I was in a place and my kids were behaving like that, I would say, well, we're going home. You know what I
Mm,
mean? I wouldn't stay there and like sort of spoil everyone else's evening because I just feel like I should. Be
yeah,
like, oh, we're going home, and just leave. Like, you know,
yeah.
um, Lex, I don't discriminate. I even like the cute, polite, quiet kids. Um, Car salesman. Even though I've never had a car, right? I totally understand it because it's like you feel like it's like being they're like a con artist. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean? It's like you know they want to make out that theirs is better and that they're doing you the best deal ever when it's you them who need you. They need you, your custom kind of
mm,
thing, but they're trying to
absolutely.
make out like it's you that needs them and that they're doing all these things for you when it's bollocks. You know what I mean? 90% of the
Yeah,
time. And it's like, oh, it's got electric windows. You just press the button and you just, hope
does
you can stop
it?
the sun from blinding you. And you just put it down. And you've even got a seatbelt to stop you from flying out if you crash. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
kind of like, you know. Um, right, what did I write for the last time? Oh, the whole UK government. What would happen if there was no government? What would we
I still
do?
want
Like,
a government. I just want a new one. I just want a new
I know
one.
a new one.
Yeah.
Do you want rid of all the others? And then who's going to run it? Are you gonna be the start of it?
No, I've got a few mates that I think are capable, but I wouldn't want the responsibility myself.
No, I wouldn't either. Yeah, I wouldn't want the responsibility, but there's just so much bullshit within it. Like it's like that's what and then they go in the chambers thing or whatever, and then they have arguments, and then they'll go and you're thinking, how old are you? 12? Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and well, my thing is as well, we are paying for them to be there, and
Yeah,
they are wasting our money on just trying to make each other look
and
bad.
some of them's asleep.
Some of them are asleep, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know when they spend the whole time just having a go at the other party, and it's like
Mhm.
rather than saying what they're doing is wrong,
Yeah,
make your point as to what you'd do instead and what would be the right thing to do, rather than just going
yeah,
bad person, bad person. Because it happened to Corbyn. I'm pointing at you then, bad
yeah.
person. But it happened to
I know.
Corbyn. Just like the media got on top of him, they spent
Yeah,
the Tory party dedicated so much of their time to just trying to make him out as this absolute monster and get rid of
yeah.
him.
It is.
When instead, how many bills could they have passed through for good
Yeah,
reasons? How many things could they have sorted out that just got ignored because they spent so much of their career trying to make themselves look better than the other people?
yeah.
I hate that. I absolutely hate that. And there's a lot more to it, obviously, but that's one of the things.
Um. Right. For the Banish bin, let's have a look. Right. I'm not going to just banish all children, right?
Yeah.
However, I will put in children who are screaming, noisy, and being rude and whatever, and the parents are just being dicks. That's one way of putting it. So you can put children in for that side.
Okay.
Then car salesman. So children for the first one. Car salesman, just put car. And the UK government, put UK. It's easier. And then they can decide what they want to banish out of the three.
I think this one might, yeah, all of them. I think it's going to be quite split as this.
Yeah.
Oh no, quite a few UKs.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are sick of the government, aren't they?
Really, like, so I wasn't anticipating that in the slightest.
Yeah, I think it's the government, UK government.
Get in the bin.
Get in the bin.
Someone can
Bye,
one of the mods in the
Boris.
chat send a link to Boris for us, please.
Yeah, bye, Boris. Get on your bike, Boris. Okay, so we're at the end. We are at the end.
God, as if. That's
Did
gone
you
so
enjoy
quickly.
it?
Yeah, we loved it. That's been great.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it's like
it's
your
off and
nerves settled.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
I think it does once you get you like.
At the start, I was there like, could you see the glass shaking or not?
No, once you get your rat on, your rant on, your rat on. Did I just say? Well, you know.
I don't really have a rap to put on, if I'm honestly.
No, don't know where that came from. But then, yeah. Get in the bin and take your silly hair with you. Boris Andy's weird devil chat. Yes, Susan's just put Jack's channel in. So if you're watching this and you want I can't speak, subscribe to Jack. Jack is lovely. Please go and follow him.
Oh, thank you.
Bad Wolf. Bad
You got your
Wolf.
teeth in, Lainey.
I do. Bad Wolf Susan has put his link in. It is also in the description box below if you're watching this back later. There you go.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jack. That was lovely. I really enjoyed that, and you did really well. You have nothing to worry about. It was fab. Anyone who is watching this who would like to do this, I need about 10 more people, I think, to get me through till October when this will end. So if anyone hasn't done it and would like to, please either comment below in the comments or get in touch with me. My details are also in the description, and that would be cool.
What's Lex put wait for?
Wait, you have to stay alive.
Well, no, because we might be here for many years.
Well, I would, right? But I've got to do a quiz in 5 minutes, so unfortunately, subscribed as instructed.
Oh, thanks everyone for subscribing. It means a lot.
Yes, Kath. Brum is doing it. He's on my list. So that'll be cool. So yes, thank you very much again, and we will say goodbye to everyone here, and I will see you. You've got precisely 6 minutes-ish to go and get a wee, have a cigarette, make a drink, and all that stuff. And I'll be back for Trivia Tuesday then. I think it's meant to be Phil next week, but I haven't spoke to him yet, so I need to find some way of getting in touch with him. So if anyone has him on any sort of social media, please tell him to get in touch with me. My details are in the description. Anyway, goodbye everybody.
Bye.